Darius here. He puts out videos. Is that
How do you know Darius?
I know Darius. I watch his videos. I watch.
Recent People CEO. Yes, sir. Darius Sanders in the building. Recent People Media. This is Darius Sanders.
He's one of the people that keeps us popping and keeps our brand out there.
Right now, chest up, please. Money time. Now you one spot. There you go.
Dog, first day back.
Just so it grazes the outside. You ain't gotta have it right here. Have it right there.
If I can have my shit back like this.
You can. You can. If you can keep it like that, you do it.
I ain't take the martyr because he ain't go to Jimmy Carter.
Tap in Wednesday. Big Ten back in the building doing pro day on Wednesday.
Big pro day on Wednesday. Right out there on the turf. You get me?
You ready?
Yeah.
Ready. Show the back. Just here to be a good friend.
You see them, right? I'm parallel now. Yeah. Throwing balls.
Nah, for real. So he got a couple fades that he got a couple fades he got to catch now.
A couple, yeah. A couple. So we good. I already got them in lined up. I got a list. My top 5, so we good.
So how was the experience at the combine, bro?
Blessing. It was cool, man. You know, I got to meet a lot of people, got the network, stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. You know, opportunity that I really wanted to experience and never thought I'd get to experience it, but definitely was something that I needed to be around.
Everybody's saying you look so comfortable on that stage and stuff since this is every day. You walk in with cameras, so it's just like it's not.
Yeah.
And he not just wearing, bro. We always have jewelry on, so he walking in there with you. That's what he's doing on a normal daily basis.
Yeah, he talking about some y'all.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. The jewelry is just. He's like, bro, it's just normal.
You know, one of the asked me, did Coach Prime buy you that chain?
That's kind of federal.
I almost tucked it.
Because that is like, what are you trying to say?
Like
he's not buying anyone anything. If they only knew. If they only knew, he's not buying anyone anything.
I ain't even got no primes yet. I need some primes. Man.
No, you actually do, bro.
I do.
I got to throw my bro in there too. No, that's what. You see what I'm saying? No.
The shoes and the cleats, I want both.
I need them.
I need some cleats. I don't even ball no more. But I put them with my jersey.
I got all my jerseys hanged up. I got my gloves.
Wait, should I put that in there?
Helmet. What that is?
Are you not supposed to have that or what?
What, the jersey?
Yeah. Oh, you can have it? Okay. Then why take his and the equipment? Remember last game they took his?
That's because he tried to take it.
Oh, you got to ask?
After the season, and you got to buy it. Yeah, you got to go.
Talk about it. How much is that? Y'all got to buy y'all jersey?
200 each jersey.
200 each jersey?
And mind you, check me out though.
100 a helmet.
Check me out though. They're going to a new conference next year, so they can't even use those jerseys.
So that's
So we could have got it for free.
Like, they have to get new uniforms.
Come on, fam. It's not going to say Pac-12 up there no more.
Bro, that's a flex though.
That's a flex.
If you walk into your crib and have it, like, damn, you was having that cheese.
You know, I had to get the TCU one-on-one jersey. I had to get the TCU one. That's one hanging up. I got the great. Oh, I got about 4 of them.
That's my favorite video of all time.
Which one?
Colorado. You on the field? They doubted us.
I'm telling you.
Who you was with? You was with 5 and you was with 2.
Yeah,
they doubted us. Shocked the world.
Nobody thought we was gonna win.
Nobody thought we was gonna win.
Bro, that was the best feeling in the world.
It was, bro. I'm
like, oh yeah.
Honestly, it was.
We going to the Natty. we
playoffs, everything, and
we lit. It's over with. Like, yeah.
Week 5.
But that's how we're supposed to feel, though.
After week 4,
Week 5 organization.
It started feeling different.
They started scratching their head.
Man, by halftime.
That boy.
You know what?
What's up, G?
Chilling.
Good to see you, man.
So right now we're looking at the telecommunications system and the helmets y'all been hearing so much about. So how does this work, Smitty? What's going on inside of here?
See if we can hook it up for you. You might have to edit this down, man. It takes me a little while to get it.
No, it's okay.
We'll get it set for you.
So just what I'm looking at, I see 2 what it looks like speakers right here.
Yeah, you got 2 speakers on the side. One right here, one right here. This is the module that controls all the communication. And so what we've got to do is set that module up. It takes a little bit of time to get it done carefully.
Why do you think they're just now implementing this, like for the college game?
That's a good question. I mean, the technology's been out there for a long time. GSC's been doing it for a long time. Coach Com's been doing it for a long time. But I think call it the infrastructure of college football makes it tricky for everybody to do it the right way, because it's important for them to have some equity amongst teams. And this stuff is really expensive, costs an awful lot of money to do. So I think they've had a hard time trying to figure out how to use the technology that's available, but make sure that everyone can have access to it and handle it the right way. I think over the last couple of years, that's kind of finally sorted itself out. So this year we'll be able to set it up and see if we can advance the game a little bit.
Do you think at any point, like for next year's college football game, that they would implement like real-time audio in the games?
Real-time audio meaning what?
Like, let's say for certain calls, like it's just a funny idea. Like, so imagine you're playing the NCAA game, right? Mm-hmm. And you're hearing audio like of people talking back and forth. Do you think they would actually implement like real time, like what happened the year before in that game?
Yeah, they could. I think that's a
put down below, y'all. Would that be a good idea, or is that stupid? I don't know.
No, it's not a stupid idea. Nothing is a stupid idea these days, man. But I think, to your point, there's so much going on with different platforms. I think every time there's a new piece of equipment that's added on the field, there's ways to implement it either the exact same way or different ways on the gaming side. And the gaming side has so much interest. I wouldn't put it past anybody to put together an idea that makes a lot of sense.
Coaches, I'm gonna give y'all an idea right now. I should talk about some ownership with that, man. That's the intellectual property. You told Shador run a play, he ignored it, and then we score on a big touchdown. That's gonna be a moment in history. So
once this thing fires up, what's happening here is our coaches will use this type of radio. This is a practice setup. We have it set up a little bit differently for the game, but just a two-way radio that talks to this module right here, which is powered by this battery pack right here, which feeds these two speakers. So at the end of the day, if I'm calling a play, if I'm Pat Shermer, no matter what, throw it to Darius. He's going deep. You hear it in the helmet, and then that's
it's pretty loud too.
Yeah, it's pretty loud. And we have this turned up. We have to manage the volume a little bit depending on the environment that we're going to be in.
Yeah.
Right now, in practice, it's fairly quiet in the indoor, but we've got it turned up so those guys are used to hearing a pretty loud signal in their ear. And then when they get to a situation on the road where they've got crowd noise,
they'll be used to it.
We want to make sure that they're focused on that same volume. There's ways that when we get into the games later in the season, we can kind of cover up this little ear hole to make sure that we get a little bit more clarity of sound for them. But at the end of the day, that's really it. That's the process.
Is there any way for them to still hear outside, like still hear stuff on the field?
The players?
Yeah, or is it like you know how AirPods like kind of isolate the sound? Can they still hear like
it's a great question.
Their teammates?
Yeah, it's a great question. That's why these speakers are just mounted in the side of the helmet, right? So philosophically, you could put a noise canceling earpiece in the player's ear, which would take out a lot of that local sound that they need to hear.
Yeah.
They don't want to do that for that reason, because they still need to be able to hear what's going on around them. The other piece is, you're talking about a collision sport here, so you don't necessarily want to put something in someone's ear that's connected to the helmet where you have a chance to kind of get hit in a weird way. So the fact that this speaker just kind of sits right behind your ear, it's loud enough that they'll be able to hear it no matter what the environment is, but then they'll still be able to hear out of their ear the normal way that they're used to with what's going on around them.
Okay, y'all, this is a kind of closer look at what's going on in people's ears, or what will be going on in people's ears this season. I know somebody's going to try to hijack it, play some music through the whole game.
You can make that happen, man. I'm sure you can.
That might be dangerous, bro. It's like, why do I only hear music? My phone's connected to this. There is probably going to be some kids that try to connect their phone to this. Don't do it, bro. If you do that, it would be kind of cool, but I don't think your coach will take too kindly to that.
Reach the people, man. Let them know what's going on in our world. I love it.
Yeah. So I don't know if a lot of y'all guys knew. Smitty, are you proficient in Illustrator, or you're just messing around with it?
Proficient's a good question, man. I can hold my own in Illustrator.
Bro, even that alone is impressive, because I literally took classes like like college classes. I could do the assignments with the tutorials, but never real world application yet. And I see you over here just having, I can't show y'all his setup. He has 4 screens. He's doing mock-ups over here. It's not your average Smitty right here.
Not your average equipment guy?
Yeah, not your average equipment guy at all.
Yeah, listen, I was fortunate, man. All my time at Nike, you know, I did a lot of product management, and I worked really closely with a lot of super talented designers.
Yeah.
And these guys may not back me up, those guys may not back me up on this, but I've always found that, you know, when you're communicating, you got to meet people where they are, right? So when they were communicating to me in Illustrator terms, how they were designing uniforms for the NBA and all that, it only made sense for me to become proficient in what they were proficient at.
So now you understand what they're saying.
Exactly. So I spent a lot of time kind of on my own trying to figure that stuff out, mostly so that I could understand how to work with them more closely and make it easier for them. And like I said, I got good enough at it that a lot of those designers probably wished I hadn't ever gotten an Illustrator license, but it's helped me out a lot here, because obviously Coach Prime pays
There's
so
no
much.
middleman. It's
Exactly,
just he can
right.
come straight down here and say, Smitty, put this together for me. It's all right, bet.
Yeah, he's his attention to details, you know, is so unbelievable. So I think showing him things via Illustrator or via Photoshop, where he can kind of get a picture of it in his head, then give us really clear direction. Then we can go and get samples made and then lay things out for him on the floor. That's when we've been able to make a lot of progress in a hurry, because it takes a lot of time to do some of that stuff. And I think when we get a clear picture of his direction as early as possible, it helps everyone try to deliver for him the way that he wants.
Is there anything last season that you put together you were like kind of skeptical if he would like it, and then you showed him, he was like, no, this is amazing? I asked that because I want to show them how you present things to Coach, but I don't want to show them anything that hasn't been put out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can take. So this screen kind of shows you the end result, right? So what we would do,
Wow.
we would go through and we might put together 6 or 7 options of a uniform for a given week, right? Different helmet combinations, different face mask combinations, and then kind of let him see it like this, and then kind of from a 5,000 foot view, he'd say, I like the direction that this is going, and then we would kind of refine it based on his comments, and then this ends up being the document that shows what we wore every game. So this is the end result, but this is kind of how it started for us, right? This is how we showed him some of the design process for 23, and then all the eventual uniforms that we made, we had bits and pieces put together to let him pick options for the certain game based on what he was feeling about the team and kind of what we needed to represent. And then this is kind of just a scorecard of where we netted out. But that's the military version that you saw that, you know, we kind of came up with along with him a week or so before that game. So this is it. Nothing too complicated, but just a lot of bits and pieces put together to let him kind of see what the landscape could look like, and we'll kind of refine it from there. And we'll do the same thing for all the new 24 uniforms that people haven't seen. And then we've got a couple little minor tweaks to the helmets that people will be excited about. And then obviously you were there in Vegas when Nike launched those new shoes. So we've got a lot of those on the way, and so how those things all fit together, a menu of parts, so to speak, I think that'll be really interesting for people to see once he starts piecing together how we're going to look game to game.
Yes, sir. I might put that as a title, Colorado Football's Menu of Parts. I always try to take the last thing someone says and use it in the title. So
Yeah,
thank you,
cool.
Smitty. Thank you for joining us today. If y'all want to get his services, you can't, because he already works for us now. But yeah, at least you get to see what Smitty's been up to, man. A lot of it's secretive, but, you know, be happy, man.
Darius knows it all, man. Hit him up. He's
I don't know
down
it
here
all.
every day.
I don't know it all. That's why I'm here trying to get knowledge from y'all, man.
It's all good, man.